I feel like, you know, you've just got a nice egg image from me there. Apologies for the no makeup vibe. That is what we're doing because we have a very busy Monday. I don't know about anyone else, but sometimes I get like blocked pores and they get really raised, and they genuinely take, I'm not even joking, like what feels like 3 years, usually like a month to go down, which is really irritating. Anyways, welcome to another kind of like vlog style. It's going to be like a vlog style video anyway, but basically welcome to my room redecoration. I've had these purple walls for about, well, since I was 13. I'm nearly 20 now, so I really wanted to redo whilst we are home. Also, I'm really sorry if the camera keeps moving about because I'm holding my big camera and it's a Canon 700D, so they're quite big and heavy. Anyways, I've already started moving some bits, so I'll show you. It's very messy because I've started moving things, but got my trusty little helper here, right, Layla? Are you helping me? Anyways, I've started with like samples, and I really like this colour at the moment, so this is the most natural light that I do get in my room. It can be a bit dark sometimes, so we're trying to brighten it up, but at the moment I'm just moving out these boxes, things that I don't need for my room, taking things down, ready to paint this wall lilac. It's the same colour as this before I can go over it in white, and then the colour I actually want, because obviously it's quite dark. So I probably won't vlog me doing all that because it's going to be a very long and probably boring bit of footage, but the next bit you'll probably see is me actually painting. Welcome back to day 2. This is day 2. Yesterday I was literally just taking things out of the wall mostly. My arm's aching already. I feel like I need to put you somewhere. That's a bit better. I moved one thing out of my room. I'm not sure where the rest is going to go. Right now I'm focusing on filling the holes, not about taking things off the wall. I have my poly filler here that I've just made up. I've just masked, like taped the, whatever the thing at the bottom's called. I've put tape basically all around my room on the bottom, and obviously some like protective equipment on the floor, like protective sheets, just to, do you know what I mean? This is just fruit, like minutes of me me pretending to know what I'm doing when I'm not, you know. This is just basically this vlog is just me figuring out how to actually decorate a room by myself, you know. So I've made this up. I don't actually know if that's the right consistency. I mean, it's meant to be a paste, and it's definitely a paste, so something tells me this is correct, so we will go with that. So I'm just going to start filling them in now, and I'll get back to you probably when I've attempted the first one and failed, so BRB. Right, the only update you're getting, sadly, is that I've just filled the holes today. Filled the holes, filled the cracks. I don't know if you can actually see, there's 3 holes that I have filled. And obviously with like filler, you have to wait for that to dry before you can sand it down and paint over it. It's not the only one either, I'll show you the other one. So obviously I have filled in, there was a big crack along here, so I filled it in, and I filled this one in as well, and it's obviously, I did this earlier, so they've been drying. That's the longest bit really, isn't it, prepping the walls. That is the only update I have for you today. Tomorrow I'll start painting it lighter. I'm going to sand them down tomorrow morning, so I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, and welcome to day 3. Oh, I don't know why I'm holding up 6 fingers there, love that. Obviously yesterday I filled in the holes, so as you can see, and obviously the cracks down the side, which I showed you guys yesterday. This is actually a fairly bright day, so this is actually the most natural light usually that I ever get in my room, which is obviously why I want to brighten it. What I'm about to do is sand down where I filled in holes yesterday, where I put filler, to make sure that it's nice and flush with the wall. Filled it in pretty well, like I'm not gonna lie. There is one that is slightly, I think a tiny bit on one side, dip in a tiny bit, but I'll see how that is when I've sanded it down. But otherwise I have put my paint in the tray to lighten the wall, so I'll probably be cutting in first. Obviously I don't have to be like too, also I just don't want to get it on bits of the ceiling, or that's why I've masked down the trim. I don't want to get it on the coving either, so that's why I kind of want to cut in a little bit. But yes, sanding down is first, so I'll let you know when that is done. Really sorry if you can hear like the traffic outside, because I have my window open and we live on a main road. So anyways, that's not what I've got to talk about. Basically, I've sanded down 4 out of 5 cracks slash holes, as I'm going to show you now. These is in the background, the rings around it. Don't worry about taking the paint that you had beforehand off the wall, because we're going to just paint over them. As you can see, I've tried to file it down like as much as possible. So that's that one. That one's pretty flat. And there's one in the corner there as well. I'm trying to get it as flush as possible, and then all I'm going to do is just hoover the skirting board just to make sure that I've got rid of all the dust, because you don't really want to paint with dust everywhere basically, because that'll just make your paint dirty, so we don't want that. Welcome to day 3, I think it is. I'm looking a bit crazy this morning. That's because I am prepping to do second layer of paint. I painted the wall yesterday, as you can see, so that it's the same colour as the rest of the room before we go in and obviously do colour I actually want. So painting's always good to have your protective goggles. If you want, you can have a shower cap. It's really up to you, but I learnt the hard way yesterday of painting my hair. So you decide. I probably won't, because I only dipped it in the ends. It's not like I'm doing the ceiling just yet. Yeah, I've had to sand back the deeper hole because that kind of protruded through bits, so I do need to go over that carefully. But yeah, we're doing the last coat today, hopefully, and then we can start moving on. Welcome to, I think this would have been day 4. I've had a few days off because I went and got my uni stuff, but now we are back to the room decor, and as you can see, I'm joined by an unfortunate friend who is not welcome but intends on staying anyway. Today the plan is just to do, the ceiling is white and so is the coving, but I'm just going to go over it once. So that is the plan today. So I will be again moving the furniture a bit. I think I'm going to do the ceiling first and then do the coving. I think if I also have time, then I'll probably nip to B&Q and get the paint that I'm actually going to use, and hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow I can actually start painting the walls. Maybe, possibly, hopefully. One of my friends is just coming around to help me sort some bits. Probably will not film a lot today. I'll probably just film when we finished at the end of the day, because it is just literally the ceiling. It's just literally re-going over it white. It's already white now, so there's not much to see. But already, even when I painted the back wall, it brought so much more light into the room. Anyways, I will check in back with you by the end of the day. Hang on. Too scared to stand on it. Thank God I'm not too fat. You look so funny like that. Huh? You look like you're dancing. Hello guys, and welcome to day what feels like 3000. It's taken me so long because I can't move my furniture out of my rooms. So I've moved only one thing out, or 3. They're both the bedside tables and one of a smaller unit. But otherwise everything else has to stay in my room, so I've been doing it kind of wall by wall. Unfortunately, this paint has not followed through as I want it to, and I've had to do 3 layers. So each wall's had to have 3 coats. So I've nearly used the whole 5 litre tub now. So I feel like I will definitely have to go and get at least like a 2 litre just for the last wall. Good news is that I have one wall that I haven't painted at all, that I have left to do. But otherwise the other wall that I've just done needs 2 more coats, and one of them needs 1 more coat. And then that's those done. And then just that one wall where my wardrobe is. So I'm going to quickly show you. So this back wall here is completely done. That's 3 coats. It's like white with a tiny, it's basically like an off-white colour. Although it's coming from grey on camera for some reason. And then this wall here needs one more coat. And then I've also started this wall, which needs 2 more coats. And as you can see over in this corner, this wall up here still needs doing. So I'm about to do the last coat on this wall, and then I will get back to you. So yesterday I literally had like 1 more coat to do on the wall and I ran out of paint, and I went back to B&Q and they just did not have the paint that I needed anywhere, and I was a bit like, and they didn't know when it would come back in stock. So and everywhere I was looking online it was sold out, so Mum was like, oh, let's just check Homebase. And luckily Homebase had some, thank God, because it would have happened to me. If there was a paint that was going to be discontinued and they didn't know when it's going to come back in or something, that would be me. I was nearly done, but luckily we found some more. Hello! So we are back with another room update. And I'm excited. All the walls are finished, all the skirting walls are finished. I'm literally just finishing doing the last few layers on 2 bits of my furniture that I've painted, and I've been doing a little bit of browsing online for bits that I want to decorate my room with. I'm really happy with the colour and how it's came out. I've just got a few more, just waiting for like bits of furniture to dry at the moment. I've just got to finish just painting them and just making sure that they look nice. Waxing some bits, but otherwise the actual room itself, like the walls, the coving, the ceiling, skirting balls, that is all finished, which I'm really, really happy about. I just don't want to keep painting anymore. I appreciate painters and decorators, cannot do your job. It's very hard and very tiring. And it's even harder when you have excuse me, this is still growing out also. It's even harder when you have just like all your furniture in your room as well. Like I'll show you in a second, but obviously I've moved things about again. Waiting for that to dry at the mo, and my wardrobe I'm currently painting. So I'm waiting for that to dry also. You can see purple there. And I didn't think, get that, I didn't think of actually open the wardrobe when I painted it, so I love that for me, I love that. Hopefully by the end of the day, all this will be finished and I can put it all back. Little room update. We've put everything more or less back to normal apart from this job. I think I can put it back over there tonight, which will be nice. Put the desk back to normal. This is going to be put back there tonight, and we put the wardrobe back and the dressing table and the bookcase. And now we're about to assemble a new unit to go here. I don't know how we fit this in my tiny car, but we did. This is probably the last clip you'll see before I do a separate video on my room tour. I finished painting everything, all the bits of furniture that I needed to, and I've bought some little things already. Some things I've ordered and they're on their way, and some things I'm just going to kind of like buy some bits and then wait to see how I feel and build it up over time. I'm just doing a quick clip, but as you can see, everything's white at the moment. Obviously I will be getting a different colour blanket, but at the moment I'm measuring something that I want to put on my wall here. So yeah, and obviously I told you that we eventually built that unit, and I've put my TV back on. I'm waiting for some things I've ordered to sit on here. Thank you very much for watching this video and following just like me being an absolute mess. Like multiple things went very wrong. Like the unit that I showed you in the corner, this one, I had to peel the top off and then redo it, repaint it again, because the first lot of paint that I used on it dried. It just was crap paint. It must have been crap paint because it just dried so weird, so rough, so bumpy. But I think it's also because I hadn't prepped the furniture beforehand. So I sanded it down a little bit with a hand sander, and that was it, and put the paint straight on it. So I had to redo my wardrobe and that unit and the little bedside table, so I had to prime them first, which I would recommend doing. So yeah, some lessons learnt there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!